Welcome to Cooking with the Tre Sorelle, brought to you by Columbus Vegetable Oils. You're joining the three girls today. That's the three sisters, the Rini girls. It's Gracie, Joe, and Bibi. And today we're making one of our, a dish, actually, I think Brian, did he create it or did he just?
No, we found it. We kind of made it our own as usual. You know how that goes.
It's got a long name. It's blue tortilla, crusted chicken with corn salsa. Long name for a great dish, though.
Yeah.
So that's what we're making today.
And it's healthy, actually, too. So that's a nice, it's a
oh,
little
that's
perk.
a nice benefit.
Yeah, and one of the things that we do, and you should do the same thing, too, when you cook. Remember, tweak it to make it your own, okay?
Right.
That's the beauty of cooking.
Right.
Make it your own. If there's an ingredient there that you don't like, get rid of it. Put something in you do like.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
If it's too spicy, don't, tone it down.
Yeah, because we
bit.
mentioned to Corey, our camera guy, that we were making something spicy. He goes, ooh.
He didn't like it. The leftovers would not be to his liking today.
Yeah, so he's got to tweak it for him. So anyway, we're going to get started first with the chicken. Oh, actually, we're going to make the topping first, Gracie. So let's.
So we've crushed the tortilla. We did that in the food processor, but you can, crush them in a little Ziploc bag or roll them with a rolling pin, whatever works.
Yeah, and
are we going to mix them in a bowl?
No, we're going to put it in here. We're going to put our seasonings in here, and then we're going to dip it. Okay.
All right. So what we're going to add is a tablespoon of chili powder.
Right. Correct. Okay.
A half a teaspoon of cumin.
Which I am a big fan of cumin. I love it.
1 teaspoon of granulated garlic.
Okay.
And a half a teaspoon of salt.
Okay. We'll just add those all in there like that. And then we're just going to stir it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. And then now I know that sometimes you guys use egg beaters or egg whites. Which do you prefer, Joe?
Well, I like egg beaters, but you can also use low-fat buttermilk if you have that at home too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Basically, what you're trying to do is wet the chicken.
Wet it so you can.
So it does the crumbs adhere to the chicken.
You know what? I have to tell you the truth. You know, I like using egg beaters because I love the consistency of them.
Yes, it's very consistent.
They're so easy
and
to.
That's nice.
Yeah, they're so easy to work with.
That's nice.
You know, that's one of the things that I like. And we did use Joe's suggestion.
Right.
Parchment paper, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I saw a woman who did something where she took parchment paper, had roasted vegetables on top of it, and she was making a salsa. She just took the parchment paper, picked it up, and just dumped it in the blender. I go, what a good idea. I always think of it for cookies, but do you ever think of it for regular baking?
And so we decided to use it today.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Or you could do aluminum foil or nothing at all if that's what you have. You know? Again, it goes back to use what you have, make it easy for yourself.
Parchment paper around, but I might have to buy some.
Well, I make cookies enough that I've always got.
Cookies, you also have to have parchment paper.
Now we did ask for our chicken slightly flattened, and I really like doing that from the butcher because it just makes it a little bit simpler, don't you think?
Yes.
Because otherwise the pieces are so inconsistent.
And you know what? It makes it hard to cook because if you've got a piece that's real thick, that's going to take longer to cook than something that's not.
Right.
So it just
Would you ever cut it into strips for this recipe?
No, but you know what? The directions suggest that when the chicken is done, that you let it sit for like 4 minutes and then you cut it into strips. And they say to serve it like that with the salsa. But, we didn't do that.
Well, that's an idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you the truth. Just because, I cook so much, I do try to make things simpler for myself. So I cut out as many steps as possible because I want to make things easy and simple for myself, and that's why I do this.
And you know what? It was funny. They called for the blue crusted, but when I went to buy these today, they had, because of the 4th of July, red, white, and blue ones. So,
so and you know what?
This is patriotic chicken.
Don't you like the way that looks?
Yes.
I think that looks really appealing.
Yes, very nice.
I know. Okay, so now we finished dipping them all in the crumbs that look so appealing, and I think Joe's going to spray them.
Yeah, we're going to put a little.
Yeah, don't you think? I forgot to do this earlier, and I realized I forgot, and so when I turned them, after I'd partially cooked them, I sprayed them at that point. So now I'm going to just take this, and we're going to, what's the temperature, Gracie, that they bake at?
It's 400.
400 degrees,
400, yeah. 400 degrees.
Okay.
In a preheated oven.
Okay. Just pop those in there like that. Okay. And we're going to bake them for 15 minutes.
20 minutes, it says.
So meanwhile, while the chicken's baking, then you can make your corn relish, okay? It's actually, it seems a little bit time consuming at first, but it's really not because, you get your chicken going and then you can do this other part.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, we're starting with a bag of fresh corn kernels or frozen corn kernels that have been thawed.
Right, and you know what we did was we mixed, it was Joe's idea, which I love, to be honest with you. We mixed the yellow and the white. And
that makes it look very interesting.
I don't know. Joe and I always talk about that. We're like mixologists.
Yeah.
We like
always reinventing things.
Well, plus too, it's always sort of fun to have a little variety of color and textures.
Now we're going to mix 2 poblano chili or cubanelle.
Yeah, you know what I did?
those.
Actually, you know what's funny is there's a difference. There's one that's the cubanelle, and then there's the one that's a poblano. We actually used one of each.
Okay.
And they're both sort of cool looking, and you can see that.
They're not hot though, right?
No, not.
Okay.
They're not. They're just got a little bit of a spice, but they're not hot.
So we added the peppers, and those were seeded and diced.
Right. Yeah, I chopped them up a little bit small.
Okay. Then a jalapeno chili pepper.
Now this one is the spicy one.
Yes.
And
So be
Joe's
careful,
recommendation.
Right, so be careful when you are cutting this.
Wear your gloves.
And then do not touch your face or your eyes.
Eyes. Your eyes, yes.
Because you will remember that for a while.
Yes, you will.
Yes. And a 1/4 cup of finely chopped cilantro.
And I got some cilantro from the yard.
Oh,
and it was
how
so
nice.
nice. This is the first year my cilantro has grown well. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why.
And a 1/2 cup of chopped tomatoes.
And we just used some
The cherry tomatoes.
right.
Again, though, if you have regular tomatoes at home, use or plum tomatoes. We've used them all. They're all okay.
And then I see that we need 2 green onions.
Right, okay.
And a minced clove of garlic.
And see now, Grace, because you like the red onions, you could also use red onions instead of the green.
I would
that's a
use,
good idea, Joe. You
Or
know
just
what?
regular
I
onions.
would
I'll tell you the
use-
truth, I would have liked the red onion. I didn't think about it.
And I would use both because I love them all.
Yeah.
I love the red onions.
And of
I
course-
love green onions too. So I would use
You know what? You
that
can't-
looks
can,
so good.
Can you smell it? Too?
Oh, it
Doesn't that look
smells
great?
Wonderful.
Look
it
at
really
that.
does.
And we have a couple of other things to add to it too,
Yes,
right?
we're going to add some lime juice.
Okay, all right. And I think
2 tablespoons.
2 tablespoons.
But again, taste it. If you think you want more, add
Yes.
more because the lime juice really does add a nice flavor.
Yes.
to
Yeah,
it.
because you said you guys use a lot at your
Right.
house, and you know what? I'm going to be honest, I'm a big fan of lime juice, so I would
Yes.
probably add even more than that. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I was gonna say one last thing we've got to add is the
Oh, the avocado. Oh, and that
All
looks
right.
so nice and fresh. Ooh, I love
It's
it.
nice to add this at the end because you know how avocados are. They like to turn brown on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the lime juice, it does help to keep them
Yes, it does.
looking fresh.
And it's one thing you don't want to do too early because it won't be nice at that point. And then now you
That
can
looks
take.
so good.
Doesn't it
and
look good?
Smells wonderful.
Oh.
It really does.
I know, it's so appealing. And of course, now you've got this beautiful chicken that we just took out of the oven. And it just is perfectly cooked. I just love the way it's cooked. So it looks really appealing to me. And then you can just take some of this and just put it across the top.
Oh, my goodness.
As much or as little as you want.
Oh, that looks
Doesn't
so
it look
beautiful.
great?
Really
Okay.
does.
And you guys each want to, Joe, you want to put some on
I'll put
yours?
some on mine. Yeah.
Because we're going to try this, of
This
course.
would be good for company. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's
You know, so-
another
It's pretty dishes are nice,
Yes.
aren't they?
another great summertime dish.
Yes.
Also healthy, very good for you, which is never a bad thing. You know, lots. You've got a nice variety in there, and of course, if you want to add something else in there that you like, go right ahead. Okay,
Beautiful.
so we've got
I
that.
guess I should pour some wine, huh?
Oh, please do.
Okay.
I don't know. This one looks so
Now, what do we have
pretty
here
to me.
today, Joe?
It's a rosé. It's a
Okay.
sparkling rosé, so it's kind of, you know,
I don't
again,
think I've ever tried a sparkling rosé before.
Well, today's your first then.
Yeah, that looks really
Well, you know,
good.
it's funny, rosés, remember when we were younger?
They were popular. And then they sort of fit. Now they're popular again.
Right, now they are again.
I love the way it now all of a sudden winds. And why,
It's new right
I
now.
think it's yeah, it's new. It's in. But I wonder
It
what
looks like strawberry pop.
I wonder what makes it suddenly be popular again. Maybe just because maybe their wine came out that's a really tasty one, and they want to have people enjoy it.
We're going to taste first?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Cut a little bit of this up and see this. This looks just
This looks wonderful.
yeah, and I love the way the cilantro smells. Oh God. Oh, that's really tasty. Oh, I like that a lot.
Very good.
Zippy.
You know what's that? Doesn't taste that hot to me.
It's good.
Not really.
Very good.
Doesn't taste that hot.
I personally would put more lime.
No, oh, me too.
I love lime.
You know, one thing that Joe and I were talking about was because this we baked in the oven. We were wondering if you could grill this. So we're gonna have to try it sometime grilled. Don't you think?
That's a good
Just 'cause
idea.
again, you know, you don't want to turn your oven on in the summer if you don't have to, because it makes it, you know,
Yes,
it's a little
good
bit warm
idea.
and.
Well, you know what's funny? I've heard people talk recently that you can grill breaded items, and I've never done that, and I would really like to know if that's.
We're gonna have to try it.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
And we'll let you know how it works.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Cheers.
As Mom always said,
Cooking's a labor of love.
thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Oh, I like this one.
Oh, I like this.
I didn't think.
boy.
Did you think you would?
I'm always open. I like to try new things. This is really good.
Grace, you like it?
Yes, I do. I'm surprised because I
What'd you
normally
expect? You
shy
expected-
away from rosés and anything that's sparkling except for champagne.
But remember, we had that prosecco, and you really liked that too. Remember?
Yeah.
That was a
Okay.
sparkling.
This is
Okay, well,
definitely
this is good. I'll have another sip. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm ready for a little more of this one.
Please click on the link below this video for the recipe we made today. Stand Up to Cancer is the official charity of Tre Sorelle. Our whole family supports the Stand Up to Cancer organization.